I've been getting a lot more the last couple of nights. Kind of excited about that. I don't know if that's going to last, but that would be cool.
What's that?
Just getting back to, you know, if we get back to 50 plus viewers. That's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably never get back to that financial level.
500.
Again, it wasn't like a great, well, probably not even that number again, but even like 50 to 100 would be great. Okay, I'm gonna do the health here, or not. I'll just take the tenacity. Well, that would just be cool. I mean, I don't need it. I love just coming out, and just chatting with people, and just hanging out with you, playing games and stuff. But it is a little, you know, it is kind of cool. It is kind of validating if you can get like, you know, 100 plus. Especially then if someone asks and you're like, yeah, I stream, they're like, how many people you get? I say like 100. It's like not a crazy number, but it's like, okay, people watch. It was like 5 people. It's especially when it used to be, you know, hundreds. It does feel a little sad, but it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But it does feel nice. It feels nice to feel wanted, you know, to some extent. And then there's just more people too, you know, that chat, hang out, you just hear more cool stories. And it's fun. The kids are away all week, so
I swear.
I'm fine with that.
might be able to play earlier or later.
Gonna be
Play some more games, especially for getting the numbers up. And I think that's a big part of it, obviously. Is like, dude, don't sit, do not just stand in Aurelion Soul level 1. Is that I've been, you know, more consistent, obviously, during the summer.
Make them remember.
Hell, if I don't get a job anywhere else in the fall, I don't think my wife's gonna go for me to stream 12 hours a day unless the numbers get real high. But that would be funny. Oh my God, he's got Dark Harvest. What is that?
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Okay. Oh, he's gonna DTP it back? No, he's staying.
thanks. Not saying I told you so.
What's up, chat? Gotta always try to save a charge for the cannon if you can. I know on Rakan it's not too hard to do it because I'm not like actively hitting them a ton. Sometimes I'll mess it up, but
I think we got
you really want to try to save it for the cannon just so that there's no way your ADC can miss the cannon. Oof. Oh, if I would have gone on that, it would have been nice. I didn't have my shield though. It's really risky to like go in with your W if you don't have your shield, unless you're sure it's going to be a knockout trade. Oh my God. Guardian is so good though. I was trying out, you know, Glacial, but Guardian's just too good. There's thousands of damage you can hit every game. It's like being able to soak that tower shot there.
You okay?
Like, no big deal.
Fine.
It's really nice.
You're pushing yourself too hard.
Oh, Shaco trying to bully? Where is he?
He backed up.
Did he leave the jungle or was he still in our jungle?
He's still in our jungle, I think.
Okay.
I don't apologize. Doing my thing.
Okay, if they're not pushing up, I think we're good. They're gonna TP back.
Sometimes the darkness need a break.
Dude, please back. That's greedy. I mean, okay, if she gets a good item off of that, I guess I could have helped
An
her.
enemy has been slain.
Boots, Cole.
This place will
That
look
counts.
different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter?
Everywhere.
I mean,
As far as the eye
and
can
dagger and a pot. Okay, you don't need the dagger in the pot. Okay, I'm at least back to hold this. I'm gonna try. Oh, Shaker's there too? I fuck with this guy.
World's gonna burn. Amazing by fire.
No, I do not.
Oof, almost. Okay, that was man mode. I like that. This is doing pretty well. I thought we were running. If I would have like known she was gonna do that and I went all in, we probably maybe could have got one more. Was not expecting that.
Don't leave without.
It's all about that rip. Hey, what's up, Butter? She got a really powerhouse rip. That's what you gotta do, Zaya. He's over there.
Darkness is the new
I
hot.
think it's worth waiting on this, although I'm not 100%. We are against Aurelian Souls, so I guess that doesn't do anything. Yeah, Shaco is also... They're all AP, except for Darius.
Stars are just sad, lonely light bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly in a cycle they can't control. Anyone have chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
Soul, okay, he's back. They might be on Dragon. I don't know. Oh my god.
Most good guys play.
Okay, he dies. One more, baby. Come on. Ah! Dude. Oh my god. He had like 5 HP. That's crazy.
Woo! I am alive.
Alright, I guess I'm supposed to just run. I mean, there's no way I kill Nanami there. After she kills Zaya. And it's possible Shaco's there. I don't know he's not there. So... It's like, 0 reward, all risk.
Their sparkles are so darn sparkly. Turn off the dark.
What would you do if I died?
I would burn this world to the ground.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my god, really?
Where are we?
Nanami, dude. Nanami is a pain in the ass, but I can't...
Yeah. Hey,
She's not worth a ban. Shaco again.
Supersonic star!
Okay, I was about to say, is Graves at least out farming him, please? Because he's like not even farming. I mean, we're getting 1 for 1. But let me get a sweeper here.
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued you so you could hold my
We did get
grubs.
grubs. Okay. I mean, I guess that should have been a flag. Graves got grubs uncontested, I think. I mean, I've got wards all over the jungle.
Your team has
Did
destroyed.
he do blue, and I just wasn't paying attention?
Let's shot, baby.
Let's go, guys!
A summoner has disconnected.
No. Shaco's coming. Shaco's coming.
So good.
Nah, just let it go. Let it go. We're running, I think.
Stare in the mirror.
I was trying to bait, but Zaya. Oh, Zaya DC. Okay. Let's say, wait, why is she running back? She DC. Okay. It's unfortunate, but at least nobody died for it.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope.
Has Aatrox
It's
have
that the light
tier
inside me
1 at
died
10
a long
minutes?
time
I don't
ago,
know.
leaving a dark, very good-looking soul.
He's just... Oh my god, dude. He's up almost 100 CS on that Darius. Okay, well now it's making a little more sense. I wasn't paying attention, but like, there's no way Shaco can go top on that, I don't think.
Woohoo! I feel a fight coming.
Rampage.
He just doesn't give a fuck. I mean, maybe he just kills him. I don't know. He's 4 levels up on him. On the jungler.
That's pretty wild.
And his top laner.
Boring.
Holy shit.
I'm way more fun.
Dude,
now.
that might be the most diff I've ever seen at like 12 minutes. Well, we're gonna need it if Zaya stays AFK. Well, Aatrox just fucking killing him, dude. Shaco did show up. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Come get it.
I only believe
He
in
just got
myself
Mercury treads too.
and Zaya.
He didn't even get boots for lane. He's just getting boots for teamfight later. Okay. There's the shakedown. God.
Unstoppable.
Graves? Oh, he did ult it. He just didn't kill him.
Can't
Yeah.
kill evil, but you can wear it like a sweet.
Shirelia's? Just to roam around, I guess? Yeah. Do that. I mean, is there any point in me holding bottom? I guess it delays them from roaming, and I get the XP.
Woo! I am redemption. I am in the fun.
Get the tower, but I don't know if it's worth giving that shutdown, especially that shutdown XP. If you can push and roam on these guys, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that. Maybe Graves can cover mid.
Right now, but
I am bad because I'm free, and
You
I
get your
am
ult.
free because I'm bad.
Well, he's got to cover top. If Almost got your TP. I don't know if I can get a word behind
Universe
him.
tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it
Sort
out.
of. Okay.
Now then, time to start
This guy's this guy's probably smoking.
I do what I want. No stars. Ooh, Riku, let's destroy everything they hold and then laugh in their faces.
Has been slain.
I like how no one's bitching in this game and they're just fucking getting it done. Like, yeah, it's 4v5.
Perfection doesn't exist.
I just fucking play to win, though. He doesn't have his ult. I don't know if we can still dive this.
Gonna come down, you guys.
Okay. Okay, yeah, she's gonna be so much. They TP, but she got flash. I'm dead. No, I'm alive, maybe?
Has been slain.
I'm burning. Less.
Oh.
Aatrox, don't give it, brother! Oh. Too hard there. No.
Shut down.
Alright, sorry, come back, please.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
Wait, how do we still have a fucking objective shutdowns, man? It's a 4v5! Zaya's down 4 levels. Bruh. That was some bullshit.
Self-control is for star nerds. I choose fun.
Just top.
Living the dream. The dream of darkness.
They're coming for you.
An enemy has been slain.
Is he up here?
Love evil.
Is this
And
warded?
evil loves me.
An ally has been slain.
Save it for nerds.
A summoner has returned. Your summoner has destroyed a turret.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
Oh, is he gonna kill him? The fuck? I'm got my jump. Ah! So many things. Konami. Yeah, that was going too hard running into that. I don't know how he got stunned for like 3 seconds.
Enemy has been slain.
I am alive.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
He needs the
Dancing between the rules.
the other healing item. I forget the name of it. The shit that crits and heals. Sundered Sky. I mean, his items are pretty good against their team, but Sundered Sky is just OP.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
We need to wait on these drops. Graves is pretty fed too. Oh, don't go up there. What the fuck? We need you down here, brother.
World's gonna burn. I look amazing by light.
He's given that. Guess maybe he just thinks we can't team fight for this. Is that his ult? What the fuck is that? W? I mean, if we can stall and then Aatrox. Like, gets the inhibitor, maybe?
Enemy rampage.
Problem is, he can really run people down. Won't let him back, maybe. Here's TP.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
That's nice.
Baby, I don't do sex.
Has been slain. An enemy is
What?
unstoppable.
Oh my god.
I look good in dark. Darkness need a break.
We've got 1% HP.
Oh my gosh.
The root.
Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. An enemy is dominating.
Most good guys just kill themselves.
You really want to trap me? No! What the fuck was that?
Enemy has been slain.
Dude, that was bullshit. He tried to grab you and he pulled me right out of the air, like, perpendicular to my E, like a T. Dude, it's the luckiest freaking pull.
Oh my god.
This guy's super good. I'm gonna do an attack speed. I'm gonna do drums so we can kill him.
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it like a sweet cloak.
Well, I got punked.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy is legendary.
Being bad is so good.
I don't know about first item Navori on Zaya. That's a good second item. It has no AD, right? Seems a little sus.
I kill Soul. What?
I only believe in myself.
Yeah.
And
I'll go ahead and get this. I don't do any damage to Baron.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
but it is less complicated. If you forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness.
You do get a. I forgot you get like a level, I think, off of. We're pretty close to a whole level's worth of XP. Off of Baron. At least I did. Right there.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being
Alright,
alone.
Moonstone on Nami
Oh,
is a little
the
sus.
spiky space squids are the worst.
But on stuff with a better heal. That's a little risky. The soul comes in, but I think Nami's close enough. Yeah. I'm gonna shut that
Gonna
down.
be okay.
Well, it's pushed up. Yeah, they're all coming through right now. Pressure on mid, I guess. Just keep talking at him.
Two of them down there.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Please inhibitor has respawned. Your team has destroyed an enemy has been slain.
God damn. Okay. Not walking in bushes. Boxes. I'll die if I get boxed.
I am back, but I'm free, and I am free.
Nope. Not getting me, brother. I'm gonna burn out on it. That's the last. Fucker, he's just so strong.
Enemy double kill.
Yeah, that'll do it. And he wasted his big ult.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Onward!
Where was that? That's your tower?
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
The universe tends towards chaos.
I'm just helping it along. Gonna make this stars.
Oh my god, the bosses.
Double kill. An ally has been slain.
Perfection doesn't exist. Check my hair.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Wall's up. You. Okay. Still gonna have Sundered. He went for Overlords. Right. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's got a lot of healings built into his kit, but
I dance to the beat.
I don't know, man. Sundered's pretty good.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, really, Soul is all that matters on their team right now. Victor kind of hurts, but a lot of it's Soul.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo!
Get this. Alright. They're gonna come in right here. Okay, their shit's on cooldown. Get this soul out of here. Oh my god, like no one's going for soul. You did, but they missed the memo
Yep.
that that's the guy that's doing 100k damage.
Oh.
Oh, we got it.
An enemy has been slain.
GA. Nice. Can we get dragon or? Oh, if they can. No. Look at that. I think it's too dangerous without me tanking it. Also, that Aatrox is down there. We need to play around Aatrox.
Woo! I am alive.
What's after this?
Why not?
Self-control is for star nerds.
Okay, right?
I
He's,
choose
he's
fun.
creeping. I mean, is he gonna try to make a play? Oh, he's just catching away. Okay, yeah, that's just fair.
Living the dream.
The dream?
Their inhibitors are exposed too, but no one. Okay, Graves actually has crit. Crit him so hard he made him buy. I mean, I guess he's doing enough damage anyways. I thought that was his comment thing.
How do you
Reset.
like me today?
Fuck. No. I think we just need to get out of there. They don't have the cooldown. Aatrox might be able to get him. Aatrox really needs to reset. Okay, gotta reset.
Enemy double kill.
Graves might be able to race with Baron. Yeah, they got back. I gotta respect that.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it like
Oh my gosh, goodbye.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh, they get back. Wow. They just sent one. That's crazy. Can I stop
Your
backs?
team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Safe is for nerds. I do danger.
No fucking way. Where's the cooldown on that shit? Like 1 minute?
Your turret has been destroyed. Rampage.
Oh,
Maybe does the cooldown go down as he gets stacks or something? I mean, I just died to it. I ran out there, stopped a TP, and it's up again. Sorry.
thanks,
Your
Riku.
team has destroyed an inhibitor.
I mean, stopping the TP was good, but Graves was already backing up, so. Draman, I'm gonna be slow.
Cloak is woven from the whispers of struggle.
Got it.
Swishes. Swish, swish.
Yeah, so there's no point in me trying to delay the back anymore. So Graves is already backing off. He already got the inhibitor.
Rules.
Um, I think that's it.
Between the losers.
Oh, well, I got a massive ass knockout. Big rip! Alright. Nice. It is game over.
Ace.
Nice.
Enemy killing spree. Your team has
That was kind of
destroyed a
sketch. I
turret.
got fucking Nami bubble
An
before I
enemy
could
has
flash on
been
him.
slain.
I think Graves or Aatrox, somebody wasn't there too. I should have been more careful, but it worked out. So not my most glorious KDA, but
Your team has destroyed
I
a
died
turret.
way too many times, but I still got the W in the end. I was gonna say Aatrox probably did like 70k. Graves may have done a lot too. Please just enter.
Woo! I am
A summoner has disconnected. Victory!
Graves is just aura farming. I told my wife, what is aura farming? She's like, what the hell is that? That sounds like a astrology thing. I was like, I don't know. So it's just trying to like get cool points, basically. She's like, oh, okay. See, I thought we have a friend that does tarot, and I thought like tarot, astrology, um, like Reiki, all that stuff was in like the same thing. But I guess that's oversimplified because she said she doesn't do anything with astrology or Reiki or any of that stuff. I thought they were all interrelated, but I guess that's like saying if you're a redneck, you like, I don't know, fishing, NASCAR, and hunting or something. It's like you could like some of those things, but not all. You could like all of them, but not necessarily. Oh, I didn't see the damage. Let me check out my insane damage that game. Or not. Oh, I guess I could op.gg it. Let me see. I'll admit I don't personally like a massive believer in the tarot and the astrology and Reiki and stuff like that, but I do find it interesting to talk to people who are really into that stuff just to kind of see, you know, their perspective on it. They have some interesting things to say. Is your wife really big on the Reiki, Jason? Do you know what that is? Have you heard of Reiki?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even 100% what it is, but it's like kind of like reading like auras and spirits and energy, you know, on somebody.
I see.
Yeah. It's like astrology adjacent. Like there's some sort of energy, aura, something pattern in the universe, and they detect it, and yeah. I met somebody who was like, they do like training. I think it's like a shaman. I don't remember what they're like, a shaman or something. They train for that, and then that's something like, you know, that's a service people pay for, is to have their, I think, their auras read or some Reiki stuff done to them. Let's see here. Correct. Somebody tell me in the chat. Someone enlighten me if you know more about it than I do, which would mean you know anything about it, probably. Again, I talked to somebody who was into it, but it was like a year or two ago. And
Okay. What do you think I should go, Jen or Mel?
I'll just go Jen, I guess. We've already got a lot of AP to show. I mean, we've got a lot of AD too, but
Let's dance.
can't reflect. I mean, you could reflect. Nami, reflecting Nami's thing is very telegraphed and could be pretty powerful, but Malzahar is annoying. What's over, remixes? It's over, the West has fallen? How? Are we talking about Reiki? Are we talking about something else? The West is a lot. That's a lot of places. The only way I would see the quote-unquote West falling would be like China, right? Like that would be the narrative, but I don't know. I don't know what else. They have all these like funny ways of describing places that are like, I think I how to say this politically correct or whatever, but like basically white people places, like places that were, you know, the European culture as like the West, the global South is the new one that people were saying, you know, places that are like the global South. Like they have all these other cute ways of saying
Welcome to
things.
Summoner's Rift.
You know, blah blah blah, like women, people of color, and it's like, okay, so you're just finding fancy ways to say not white men for a lot of stuff. People of color and women encouraged to apply, that type of thing. It's like, okay, so white men need not apply. No colorless. Right. Like back in the day, the no colored signs from like the 50s. No colorless. What they could say today. Black, it's over. Oh.
Life
Maybe.
sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
Like, where are you saying, like America or yeah, that's another thing too. It's like people just assume like all white people, and it's like all white people are the same, you know, all that. I'm like, I don't think that's true, and America is not all white people. People, you know, assume that. Neither is Europe. There's, you know,
Used to be a square.
cultural
Then
diversity
I
everywhere.
embraced the darkness.
Everybody wants to make it very monolithic. I don't know, like, again, the China narrative is interesting. Now, we're not doing ourselves any favors. Without getting too political. I think in the last 3 or 4 years, I think even the Republican Party, many people in the Republican Party are not pleased with, you know, tariffs and Iran war and several other things. So yeah, I think you're right that it's definitely not moving in the right direction.
Self-control is
But I don't know that we had such a massive lead. I'm not sure that it's 100% like over. But it's certainly not looking good. If we're talking as a country, now if we're talking as like just working class people that are not technocratic billionaires, yeah, it's pretty cooked lately. If you're just, you know, average person in your, you know, 20s or 30s, mortgage rates, inflation, lack of job security, you know, just everything is really bad. So I'll give you that for sure.
First blood.
Quality of life is worse. Yeah.
travels fast.
Mentally. That's what I've heard. Obviously, I don't have experience with that, but I've had some black friends that just felt like, you know, they were cast out, sort of, if they just didn't want to, you know, like you said, just act certain ways or speak certain ways or whatever. I think people should be able to be who they are, who they want to be. Don't always just have to be black and white. But again, I don't have experience on that side of the coin, but I've heard people, you know, say that if you're trying to just, you know, you want to act a different way, you want different interests. And that's definitely a real thing. I think Chappelle has joked about that quite a bit. Chappelle is my favorite comedian of all time.
World's gonna burn.
Now, back in his day, now, like,
Amazing by far.
some of his stuff's still kind of funny, but, like, it's just not the Chappelle Show, which is so crazy, time and place. Like, it's so hilarious. For anyone that's never seen the Chappelle Show, I think there were only, like, 2 seasons of it. And then they just couldn't. I think Chappelle was just not used to having that level of fame and wasn't really comfortable with it. I think that was part of it, and then part of it was, like, he was really underpaid for that show, and it was so insanely successful. I think he was trying to get more money too, and they just wouldn't pay him. But man, that's funny. Like, I think so much of it still holds up today.
I love evil. And evil
Their words, not
loves
mine.
me.
What's up, Mal? Yeah. I think there definitely is a bit of a movement, hopefully, with kind of the younger people to rectify a lot of stuff that was, you know, kind of goofy by the old people. Various stereotypes and things like that.
I dance to the beat.
Darkness.
Yeah, that's a thing too. There's this huge stereotype, like you're saying, of
Life is beautiful.
black men in particular being like this bigger, stronger, like more powerful alpha male thing. Yeah, in NBA, really any sport. And like you're saying, a lot of it's just exceptionalism. Like you're just seeing, you know, kind of the outliers.
Safest for nerds.
And that can feel bad, because then you feel like you got to stack up to that, I would imagine. Where it's like, you know, if I'm not 6'5" and 5% body fat, I'm just gonna think I'm lazy or not a real man or whatever.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
I mean, I've never really felt that too much, but as a guy, well, definitely not like on the racial end, but as a guy that's in like a very female-dominated field that like, you know, doesn't make any money or whatever, like education, you know, that seemed to be a little bit more beta too than like,
Safety is boring, Coop. Let's start a fight.
you know, like a sawmill worker, or doctor, or lawyer, or something like that. And I was never super, like, I had cousins that, you know, definitely a lot of my family are more,
Perfection doesn't exist.
I want to say redneck, but not in a, like, necessarily negative way. But they're really nice people, really cool, but, like, just in the sense they like to go hunting, fishing, you know, traditional man stuff. Oh, Wukong's not coming. Good.
I do what I want.
He probably wouldn't be able to get him. We don't have Prio, though, and they're a lot stronger than us early. I tried. No, he's going to be bad. We're going to have to fail.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
But yeah, and then, you know, I try to hang out with him or do stuff, and it's like, man, I'm not as manly as these dudes. Obviously cannot hunt, cannot fish. And, you know, they were really friendly and funny about it, but it's like I'm sitting here
Living the
reading
dream.
novels, they're out there four-wheeling. But I was cool with it. I think if you just kind of have the confidence, hopefully people will just be chill with just letting you be you. Did you ever catch any hell, Jason, from like the football or the basketball team for like playing Magic, or you're like, that just really wasn't a thing, or you were so big that nobody fucked with you?
That, I mean, yes and no. I mean, I really didn't care.
Yeah. I think if you're just like confident with it, you just own it, that's just
Yeah.
who you are, and you just like
A
cool
lot of
person.
the, I mean, a lot. I was just accepted. I mean, no one really,
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for fun now.
maybe a little bit of here and there, but other than
I
that,
was kind of the same way, you know, I would do things where I would hang out with, you know, some of the quote-unquote, like the Magic or the nerd people, whatever, but then I also hung out with some of the more popular people
An
in
ally
different
has been
scenarios.
Forget my
slain.
name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince Bean,
Um,
the Emperor of Hotness.
Flock to the top. Oh, down low, oh, okay. He's on the DL. I'm liking the chat. Sorry I'm not able to keep up with all of it. I'm trying, but I'm glad y'all are chatting with each other too. It's an interesting conversation. Okay, so all these girls are after this one guy, but he's closeted. That I've heard that's really hard too. I mean, that's hard no matter where you are to be LGBTQ, especially men. I feel like men get hated on a lot more than women. If women are bi or gay, I think it's, especially if they're bi, I think society gives them much more of a pass than men. I think if you're a bi woman, then you're basically straight and just kind of having some fun or messing around is how society sees it. You know, porn probably contributes to that. You know, making it
Most good
something
guys
that's
are just kidding themselves.
erotic or acceptable. But if you're a bi man, then you're gay. Like there's no way around it. So, and I feel like that's seen in a very negative light for a lot of different reasons.
Self-control is for starters.
But yeah, being especially a gay black man, especially if you're in that kind of macho role, what you're saying, where you're sort of this alpha male basketball player type of thing, like that's probably pretty difficult to kind of navigate that. Yeah, I've heard, again, I don't know for sure, but I've heard in black communities and Latino communities, probably in Asian communities too, it's
An ally has been slain.
even more sort of culturally restricted. Um,
Dancing between the rules.
I read moist white girls marry up to, but you mean most white girls? Yeah.
I only believe in
Oh,
myself.
okay, yeah, I was confusing my terms, hypergamous. I was thinking, so like you're talking marrying up. I thought you were talking multiple partners. I think I was thinking poly or polygamous or whatever. And so, okay, hypergamous makes a little more sense. I thought you were saying all the girls were going for this guy, and then the guys would just like share all these different girls if they were rich and hot. Or not rich, but like that, but also if you're just popular, you have a lot of social credit. But yes, dating up. I think women in general, I've seen that. Like, a lot of guys hate on that, women dating up, but it's like, a lot of dudes will definitely date up too, especially in terms of looks. Like, you gonna tell me if a lot of guys that are like, you know, if there was a universal scale, I know everybody's different, beauty, eye, the beholder, all that. But if it's a guy that's like a 5, and you're getting attention from a 9, and she doesn't have, like, any red flags that you see, right? Assuming she's not overtly crazy. It's like, are you just gonna go, nah, I don't think so? No. You're not. Right? A lot of guys will do it too, but the thing is, yeah, a lot of women aren't gonna do that as much. But I think the disconnect there is, yes, a guy that's, the problem is a guy that's a, you know, a 9 or something will hook up with potentially a 7 girl if he can't find any other 9 girls. But that's not the same as being in a committed relationship. And some girls are cool with that. Just casual encounters with hot guys. Okay.
Yeah, item.
Gotcha. Just casual encounters with hot guys, but I think there are a ton of women that get confused about that, and they think just because a hot guy will pay attention to you that you actually have a chance of a committed relationship with a hot guy. And they'll think, oh, I've dated these 9s, I'm a 6, but that makes them think they're a 9 because they're dating 9s.
Way more fun. Give up the rules.
And then they don't want, the problem is then they don't want to date other men that are like on their level, right? That are also 6s because they've dated a 9. And they think, oh, I had a chance with that 9, he was an asshole. Or, I messed something up with him. If I would have just, you know, played it better. If I would have played it better, right? And it's like, I mean, maybe that's true, but I think a lot of women delude themselves, where it's like, that guy was never going to give you a chance at a long-term relationship. He will have sex with you because he's bored tonight. You know, he might even hang out with you for a little bit. You keep having sex with him, maybe he hangs out for a couple weeks, but, like, so I think that's just kind of frustrating for everybody. And again, I don't know if that's like 100% the playbook, but I've heard that's definitely a thing that is happening. With the online dating, it can make you feel like you have a billion choices, but then in reality, depending on what you're looking for, you probably don't.
Boring, Riku. Let's start a fight.
You're getting flanked, so maybe in the middle. You guys are having some different conversation. I can't keep up with everything y'all are saying.
Perfection doesn't exist.
I don't know what Vi is. Damn it, she hacked. She got Sundered Sky. The fuck? Where's Infinity Edge first? Actually building smart items. I think that's a huge problem, it's just a disconnect with expectations. Now, some people think men are assholes, or women too, when they break up
Star Guardian can say the same.
with somebody in a fairly short period of time. They're like, oh, he just tried to play me, or he just wanted the sex. It's like, that's possible, but it's also possible that he thought you were cool, but then you did something crazy.
Oh my,
and he didn't
come
like
on.
it.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
Get him.
Living the dream.
The dream of darkness. I knew we would find the mark eventually.
And it just takes a level of maturity to understand and see through that, and I think a lot of people don't do it. But yeah, I mean, some people just change their mind. It's like, yes, it's frustrating, but you gotta remember, people, especially young people, are learning. They don't know right away. They might think they want that, what this guy's doing, but then they learn, or what this girl's doing, but then they learn there's just something else. Like, she might seem really cool at first, but then you figure out she's doing something crazy. No, we don't have Jen. We don't have Jen. I don't have ult.
Doing the right thing. Boring. I'm waiting for
Oh, nice. We won't run to that. I fucked up, but I fucked up worse.
Jin. You sucks with this area. But it is less complicated.
He got the fear off. Is he alive? Let's see. Y'all are debating something. I can't keep up. Let's see. Save some heartbreak right now. What are we doing here? Is this a Shirelia's? I think with Wukong it is.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
Oh, let me get one more here.
An ally has
Other
been slain.
Nami's creeping up on you. I'm coming.
Enemy killing
Well, we can
spree.
just agree to disagree. I can't really follow everything there.
Self-control is
It seems civil to me,
I
but
choose fun.
Your turret
I
has been
apologize if
destroyed.
anything weird happened. We can switch it up. I have to think that something.
Darkness
There's been some confusion.
Is what I want to see.
So might as well back.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
like
Spy.
Bet. Oh, I didn't see what the unpopular opinion was, but we can just switch it to something else. I thought last time I looked, it looked like y'all were both agreeing that stereotypes are bad.
Dancing between the roots.
I always believe in myself.
Ooh, the double bubble.
Has been destroyed.
No, I'm in right here.
World's gonna burn.
Well,
I, blazing by.
let's just switch it to something else. Let's agree to disagree.
It's daily affirmation time.
What is going on here? So, Cho's behind. Wu is.
Riku, I did not
got a
rescue you
weird
from a cold
item.
dead planet
I
so
guess-
that you could laugh at me.
Do they have
I
any
rescued
shields?
you
I
so
guess
you could
against
hold my
Set,
mirror and
but his
tell me
shield
I look
breaks so
good.
Your
fast.
team has destroyed a turret.
Get that shit off.
I am bad because I'm free and I am
They running? Where are they running? Okay. way he gets out. Do it, or I mean, I can go, but so that's just gonna attack me probably. Yeah, Wade doesn't have any mana. Probably a bad idea. Yeah, I don't really know. I think we chilled out or figured it out or just agreed to disagree. But yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear about the medical stuff, Remix. Hopefully things get better. I don't think it was that big of a deal physically. I think it was just people were just debating stuff. You know, you guys know how it goes on the internet, over text, whatever. Sometimes you can't read tone, you can't see faces. It's hard to understand intention. A lot of ambiguity. So I think it's just a misunderstanding of debating, or not debating, just having a conversation about a complex topic.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
Now I get control ward here.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair.
I can't get to see this, right? Or we can beat him.
I do what I want. No star gun.
Down. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
So we got dragged. We did, I think.
It's daily affirmation.
Probably why it's annoying. No, yeah, I mean it's hard to tell. I think it definitely risked moving into a negative situation, but I think we all figured it out. It was all good. Sometimes you have to take a step back and just be like, what are we even talking about here? You know, what is our
Your team has
What is our
destroyed
intent?
a turret.
And then sometimes you just gotta reset. Say, okay, I think we're talking about different things, or we just have different views on something, and that's
The
alright.
dream of darkness.
What's going on? Is there something going down over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Being bad feels so good.
Yeah, let's just reset. Talk to the women. Oh god, I got
Enemy killing spree.
Forget my name,
What
just
held
call
setting
for the
and
Lord of
cover?
Darkness.
TP?
The Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness.
Life has no meaning, but your death shall.
I guess let's do Locket again. We're getting some spicy games here.
Whoa! I
Joe
saw
is at
stars
least
for a
tanky.
second. Some
Ish.
dark, very evil.
That's interesting. Thimble winner. Doesn't seem like it'd be horrible on him, but I mean, very limited damage. But shields.
They get flashed on.
Okay, I'm coming. Yep.
Doing the right thing.
Shut down. Double kill. An ally has been slain.
Shit.
Used
Oh,
to
we
be
got
a
her
squad.
flash, I guess.
Woohoo!
Wukong's build is so weird. Brother, get us under sky or some defense. It's like all these utility items. Oh my god. Let's get out. He's such a pain in the ass.
Oh, I'm
Shit,
dead.
got a flank. Nah, I think you're good. Okay, yeah, let's get that.
You ain't ready for this business.
Has been slain.
Kill him, I guess? We just reset. What the hell does he mean? It's unplayable. We're winning.
I think he's talking about his. He's talking about his FPS.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
okay. It's like, who is he saying is that bad? It's like, everyone's like, doing alright, you know? We're all making some mistakes, but... I'm soaked a lot of pressure. You got dragged though? I mean, can we do that, or? I need to back though. I probably overstayed. The set is just making it hard.
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it like a sweet.
Has been slain.
God, they're just stalling this
How
so
can the
hard.
Star Guardian see anything?
Oh my god. Guys, had to hit it one more time.
Fuck, I got silence.
Enemy double kill. Aced.
Please don't do this. Okay. I guess it's that fast. Yeah, get a tower. I think side towers are worth more gold still, right? I didn't even get here. Oh,
Your
maybe I should
team
have done
has
pipes.
destroyed a turret.
I think Locket's fine, but... Missed the jump. Or he faked him out. So you have Cleaver? Oh my god. Brother, get Cleaver. I mean, I guess we don't have that much AD. It's like you and him, but...
Shut down.
Lonely light bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly in a cycle.
I probably just need to back up. What is it? Yeah, it's 5. 3v5.
Chocolate? I'm craving
Are they kind of low though? Oh, we probably just let it go. Just give it. Push this up.
Dancing between the rules.
Can't fuck with it. I can just push it up. I mean, you're not gonna get it. We need to push the lanes up as far as we can.
I only believe in myself. Ooh, and Saya. Stare in the mirror. It's daily affirmation. Let's destroy everything they hold dear and then laugh in their faces.
We get flanked here. Can we do anything about it, or?
Oh my god.
I move yet? Wait, gets it then? Maybe? That might be okay. Oh my god, he got 2 or 3 people though? One more? Please get him? No. That may have saved the game though. They're doing different things.
Your turret has been destroyed.
They're gonna get double inhib off of this? I think she's gonna go dragon. There's single inhib
Your
dragon?
turret has been destroyed.
They might be able to rotate over and get a double inhib.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
No, they're backing up.
Thanks, Riku. Real cold.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Are they not on that? There's no way it's gonna still be up, right? Where's this wave, brother?
World's gonna burn.
They have to be on it. Are they just baiting it? They just waiting on me to walk through here? No, it's just her. Huh? Jesus Christ. God. Man, this set is just wrecking this game. I think Blade might be able to wave clear. This Blade is playing really well despite what he's saying. You go heal, please. Step in the fountain. That was dumb. I mean, they're probably gonna get it anyways, but...
A summoner has disconnected. Defeat.
Hmm. Are you done, or can you do one more? No, you sounded kind
I
of
play one
tired.
more.
Okay. I won't keep you up too late, but I can do one more
No,
since
you're
I
good.
don't have to get up with the kids. But I don't know how early.
Let me go
you have
grab
to
a
get
water
up.
real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. God, that set 62k damage. But I'll keep going, and you guys are having a good conversation in here too, so I'd hate to shut that down. All right, we'll do one more. I think we're one. We're 1-1. See if we can go 66% here. See, I thought I did pretty well that game, and then we ended up getting smoked. And then the previous game, I did all right. I just died way too many times. I don't know. I should have positioned better around the set. The set was just really difficult to deal with. We had lots of fights where we were kind of broken up too. Like, I was trying to CC the set, but the set has so many ways to like play around my W, and it's like you don't want to pour too much damage in the set because you're not going to kill him before he gets his shield off probably, and then that's just going to blow everybody up. It was like it's tricky. It's like you need to kill him, but you know got to be very careful with his punch. I don't know if you guys can see that or not on my screen. Let me see. Wait, what? You guys still see that? Oh, that's really old. I was trying to see if the red weirdness. I think it doesn't. I think it's only on my TV. Sometimes the red gets crazy. I'm pretty sure it's the. Never in League for some reason, but it's the whatever it is, the hyper it's not HDR. Or it is HDR, high definition range or whatever. Or high dynamic range. It makes the colors really pop. Like, it's hard to even like look at the computer screen if I turn that off. But the computer screen / TV. Well, I was gonna ban the Fury, but sometimes the red gets really tripped out. Usually if I turn off the HDR and then turn it back on, often it will fix it. As is 90% of most fixes. But is your commander deck still foiled out, Jason? Wait, Jason's here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
I might
I
have
was
been
like,
muted.
shit.
Sorry.
I was like, oh shit, did I start it? I can't remember if you
No,
said
no.
you were back or not.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Is your commander deck still foiled out?
Yeah, except like my cradle.
Okay.
I got rid of it.
Switched it out for a normal one.
Yeah.
Picked up a new car.
Somewhat. Yeah.
I was telling my wife, I was like, man, I told her, you know, some of these commander decks, especially if they're foiled out, can be like 40, 50 grand or something, depending on what it is. And
Dude,
she's like, that's a card. I was like, yeah.
It's crazy.
I was like, but a card loses value. A lot of these cards are gaining value. It's like stocks you can play with.
Right. I'm gonna do the pre-release for the Hobbit set next weekend.
Oh,
I don't do them usually, but I'm going to.
You gotta represent.
Yeah, dude.
Are the cards spoiled yet or not?
Yeah, everything's spoiled.
Is it pretty good or?
I think so. I mean, it's they did one of the vendors at Gen Con did like a 450 pre-release thing, and they were already opening up stuff.
Dang. Braum? Oh, Braum Lucian that? Okay, I mean that's OG. Any One Ring level cards in there?
Oh, it got reprinted, but
What did? One Ring?
yeah,
Okay.
it's as a box topper though, so it's like
Okay.
pretty hard to get.
Okay. Or Orcish Bowmaster.
That
Oh,
also
what
got
else?
reprinted, yeah.
Oh, it also got
I
reprinted?
tried being
Yeah.
good,
Nice.
but evil just brings out the sparkle.
Yeah, I feel like, I've said this before, I feel like newer cards, just for people to play with, shouldn't be that expensive. Like, they should reprint stuff that's really expensive. Now, if it's reserved list cards, or again, collectible cards, like, you know, the foiled or serialized or whatever, it's like, okay. Alt art. I think there's so many ways to make the cards collectible and valuable without completely screwing over, especially newer players' ability to just play the game. So I'm
Those
for
good guys
reprinting
are just kidding
newer
themselves.
cards. Wow. They're not gonna get him level 1, but
Yeah, gonna be an easy fight.
they're doing that in pro, where they just have like the top laner just show up, or the support just show up top. It is hard to punish level 1 bottom. You're level 1, you can't really, most of the time, do that much. Here we're gonna get some good damage though.
The universe. I'm just helping it along. Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo!
Dude, that was such a big buff for a Rakan in the game, where it's not like over the top, but it's like much more manageable than it used to be, making the Q cost less mana at level 1 and having it heal for like
I don't
50% more.
apologize for doing my thing.
First blood.
Get out of here.
Not so fast. Whew! Darkness is the new hotness. Time to fade.
Why he went back in? We were out. Shit. Okay, we got that. That's back.
And evil loves me.
Surprised they let us back. I'm pretty sure they were in an advantageous position. I know you want to back on cannon, but
It's daily affirmation.
depending on what's going on, I think people just too easily automatically back. I mean, I got both of them.
An
Living a
enemy
dream.
has been slain.
The dream of darkness.
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me
You
died
really
behind,
can't
leaving a
just
dark,
target
very
with
good-looking
Braum
spot.
standings, right? Like, you're going to be hitting Braum. Okay, there we go. That was a good trade. Oh, he took Guardian instead of,
Between the rules.
or no, that's the Slay is what he starts messing with once he gets that unlocked. Or he heals off his keys.
I only believe in myself. Ooh, and Saya.
See where he is.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
I'm low, I gotta be careful. Fuck, don't let move your target. Oh my god.
Ascension.
Safest for nerds.
Has been slain.
Oh, Cat. Did Cat die? She's back up? I know we killed her.
No, she got out. We
Oh, she
killed
got
the.
out?
Yeah.
Oh, we still got 2 or 3 kills.
I'm waiting for one now.
Pretty slick.
An ally has been slain.
What's your favorite champ to duo with? Azir. No, I mean, assuming Jason's not playing, just like, I don't know the person. Are you talking in lane, or are you just talking in the game?
Floating in space.
In lane,
Evolving
lane partner.
endlessly in a cycle they can't
I mean,
control.
really, whatever's meta,
Anyone have chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
probably. Historically, all metas aside, probably like Draven. Maybe Tristana. Triss can jump in, and like Rakan's really good with people who can jump in and go aggressive. Same thing with Draven. He doesn't jump in, but he's like so aggressive that it kind of covers you not being as aggressive early. It's like in the game though, what's my favorite champ to have on my team? It's tough.
Way more fun to give up the rules.
Cat spot. Be careful.
Okay. A lot of stuff, just things with CC. Or that can, I mean, Wukong is probably up there historically. Just bruiser crap that does a lot of damage. Vi, usually really good with Rakan. Stuff that can reliably like go in that I can follow up off of. It's usually the best situation. So some other bruisery engage. that can kill them through your CC chain, but can also give you a jump with
An
the E
ally has
to
been
get in there.
slain.
Boring. Let's start a fight.
But really, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, there's some that are better or worse, but Rakan's like so flexible. That's part of what's really cool about him, in my opinion, is that like you can play around just about anything. Losing lane, you can go roam.
Self-control is for
Winning
smart
lane,
ones. I choose
you can
farm.
engage consistently. I mean, he's kind of low, but you can't do anything about it.
Be careful.
You can, you know, they have a lot of burst, you can get block it. You need to run people down, you can get Shirelles. Your team's ahead.
World's
You can just
gonna
kind of buy
burn.
almost anything and play almost any style. You can peel, you can engage, you can roam. Kind of, you know, like, be lane dominant if you build with a little more AP early. Fuck. Really? Oh, he's dead there, right? Yeah. Oh my god. 1 HP.
Woo! I am.
An enemy has been slain.
Yasuo, if it's a good Yasuo, that is a good combo with Rakan's kit, but he's very high skill cap. Usually I like stuff that's a little bit lower skill cap. Where it's like guaranteed
Woo!
that something's going to
Danger
happen. Like
brings out my
Malzahar,
best
you know, be one of my favorite
Just kidding.
mids
All my sides
all
are equally
time.
breathtaking.
Because then if they're behind or they're feeding, like they can still do something.
An ally has been slain.
I'd probably rather have Yone than Yasuo. Usually Yones are a little better. But I have had some really good Yasuos. But he's just very high risk. Medium reward. I feel like there's other stuff that can do similar things that is more useful if it's behind.
Woo! Being bad just feels so good.
But yeah, I mean, if it's a good Yasuo, that's a good combo. I mean, we're in it. They got the E got the kill, which is not great, but I almost got out of that too. I almost got the kill back on the E, but at least this guy's taking some responsibility for it. It really, I could have probably gotten out of there better. I could have flashed the Braum ult. There's a lot of stuff I could have done too. I wasn't even really thinking that he bitched out. I thought he put in,
I feel a fight coming.
you know, about what I would expect out of a, you know, an Emerald player. Would a pro player have cleaned that up? Yeah, but you know,
An ally has been slain.
I'm not a pro player either.
Whoa! I saw stars for a second.
An enemy has been slain.
Evil looking stars.
An enemy has been slain.
Guess he just left.
The universe.
I thought for sure, because we were kind of pushed up. I thought he'd come
Helping
for
it
it.
along.
G here? Oh no, they're acting kind of squirrely.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the dark. Woohoo! Marvel at that! I don't apologize. Doing my thing. Woo! Darkness is the
Historically, stuff that I do not like usually is Ezreal. This Ezreal's doing alright. Yeah, I mean, I just want people to play, number one, what they have experience on, what they're good with. Number 1A, something that's like, you know, top 10 meta. But if it came down to it, if it's something they have a lot of experience on, it's not meta, I would rather have them with a lot of experience. Did I die? Oh my
Enemy
god.
double kills. An enemy has been slain.
Fuck. I guess he hit the Q. I'm like, how is he running so fast?
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it like a...
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, we're kind of not doing super hot down here. I mean, 3 times. We were doing all right until that last sequence, but
Living the dream.
The dream
it's okay.
darkness.
That's also why I like Rakan. I don't think I usually fall like super far behind early, but if for some reason you do die a couple of times, you at least scale. So that's kind of nice.
Dancing between the rules.
Friendly rewards.
Stop! I only believe in myself.
Okay, he's gonna get top.
And Saya.
Whatever.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Killing spree. Double kill. An enemy
And
has
Zeke's
been
is really
slain.
good for that. Slow him down so he can't get away.
Turn off the door.
Shut down. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Just don't make temple traps like we used to.
Are we doing more? Yeah, I guess it's triple kill.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad. Sometimes we need the darkness in the brain.
Enemy rampage.
Okay, I think we're going locket here. I mean, running around with Warwick is good, but Katarina and me
Perfection
not getting
doesn't
resets
exist,
is also really
except
good.
for my hair.
Ooh, and Saya.
Oh, I'm TPing. What am I doing?
I don't know, come here. I got it.
I move like a comet.
Accidentally. God.
Fat fingered it.
Yep.
It's all good. I can help you push
Safe
this
is
up
for
if
nerds.
you want.
I do
She's
danger.
playing around bottom, so it's fine.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay. Back. Gee, we don't know.
Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now.
She's back.
No way!
He's here.
God damn it, the fucking Braum McGee. So annoying. Dude, Katarina, could I have autoed her once? I maybe could have autoed her once. Could have knocked it.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Braum stun launch is brutal. Wow, he flashed that?
Thanks,
An
Rico.
ally
Bro.
has been slain. An
I cannot
ally
believe the
has
Braum
been
flashed that like
slain.
the last millisecond. That's crazy.
I do what I want. No Star Guardian can say the same.
Mm. They really good. Oh my god, so low.
Ally has been slain.
God. You just got way too greedy for that.
Forget my name, just
At
call
least
for
get
the
the
Lord of
XP
Darkness.
here.
Prince of Evil, the Emperor, Hotness. Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
That's rough. Squad might be coming for you. I'm coming down too,
I
but
dance to the beat. The beat called darkness.
Katarina's like around.
My cloak is woven from the whispers of starfields.
Yeah, right. Well, wait. I mean, we don't have any other pressure, brother. He's got his ult if he gets away.
Ooh, and it swishes. Swish, swish.
An ally has
Really?
been slain.
He did ult. He's gonna be like, where's team, you know? But like, we can't do anything. I mean, maybe he goes for me there. Ah! God damn it! That makes me want to pull my fucking hair out. The Braum stun right on the Yi Alpha is so obnoxious. I'm like just about to outplay his ass. Like to press R. I guess I'm gonna have to press it faster. As soon as he alphas. I was trying to shield to get away to you guys. And then when I pulled his alpha, then I was gonna
Shut
ult.
down.
I am alive.
But that's twice that interaction has just not worked. And I just get stun locked and die. The Braum Lucian is kind of whatever after laning phase, but the Braum Yi is really, really annoying. Because Yi has like that double strike. I mean, Lucian kind of has double strike too,
I
but
choose for fun.
I don't know. I'm not playing around that interaction very well. It's twice, at least, that I've died. I guess I died bottom, but I'm not sure if I had that much of a choice at that point. I could have flashed the Braum ult bottom, but
World's gonna burn. Amazing by firelight.
holy shit.
Life sucks.
Ezreal just really needs wave clear,
But a
man,
bit less complicated.
in general. We got... Now, get out. Warwick, god damn it, they're gonna... Am I just gonna die here?
An ally has been slain.
Just a lemming
Your
bottom.
team has destroyed a turret.
I mean, I guess we got tower too, but...
Being bad just feels so good.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I don't have... I think I can do that much here. Ward there.
We're gonna go stare in the mirror. It's daylight.
Yeah, I want to clear that ward, but he is just too scary. I don't have anyone to jump to.
Most good guys
Top
are just
two.
kidding themselves.
Are you running? Where's he going?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh, there's Warwick. Fuck! How did I get stunned? What the fuck stunned me? Was it Braum again?
Enemy has been slain.
god.
I'll go back.
Rakan's supposed to be really good in a Braum, but I'm just getting totally cuffed by him this game. I guess Katarina's ult surely doesn't trigger that.
Bro. Okay.
So we're trading. No, I can't do Baron. Yeah. I guess we're trading inhibitor for. He's probably gonna get that inhibitor anyways.
Can't kill it, but you can wear it like a sweet.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
He really ran him off.
An ally has been slain.
Can we? Fuck. After this died.
The universe tends towards chaos.
Oh, he just jumped. Shit. You didn't get any of them?
Used to be a square.
Dude, that's
Then
crazy.
I embraced the darkness. Woohoo! Sometimes we
I mean, I knocked two of them out of the air whenever you hit them, which probably wasn't great. If I would have known, if we had our timing right, I could have followed wherever you sent them and then knocked them up again. That would have been a lot better. But...
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold, dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I
It's
rescued you so you
wind.
could hold my mirror and tell me
I mean,
how
it's as good as me, but it is what it is.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Fuck did she go?
How do the Star Guardians see me?
Like, what?
Their
She-
sparkles
oh my
are so
god,
dark,
how?
Sparkly.
I think she might have flashed.
Flash jumped
I
over.
got
the-
it.
Name just call for the
Yeah.
Lord Darkness.
That was crazy.
Prince of Evil, the Emperor.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I don't
An
apologize.
ally has been slain.
Going over here. Echo just doing echo thing. Oh, it's bad, man.
Why are we not going?
Jesus Christ.
Double kill. Double kill.
My bad. I thought we were disengaging. I didn't know y'all were gonna. You and Echo were setting that up. I'll get right here.
Dance with darkness.
I was like watching that Katarina, see if she opened
Yeah.
in. That dagger, so I have to shut her up like immediately.
Dazed.
Oh, nice! Wow.
Let's destroy everything they hold and then laugh in their faces.
Like massive one-hit Warwick, huh? Bomb, probably. Okay. Okay, can we just kill him? Dude, I was stunned for so long. I also forgot Renekton can insta-proc that. Nice. Okay, yeah, I think y'all got it. Well, damn, he's almost up. If Echo was there, Echo just wasn't farming fucking jungle.
Real cold.
He literally cleared all of top jungle. Ridiculous. Maybe you can do it. Okay.
A summoner has disconnected.
Alright. I guess it's Slumbery there. 2 seconds. Man, that was a dirty game, but...
Yeah, it was pretty dirty.
I'll take it. A lot of miscommunication on stuff not working. Some stuff randomly did work though, but definitely get a lot cleaner.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's, man. 2-1, I'll take it.
2-1.
But yeah, if you're on tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow.
Sounds good. I'll hit you
All
up.
right, man. See ya.
See you.
All right. Well, that was a weird game. It looked like Warwick was kind of inting, but then he was also kind of the hero, and I don't know, Jason had some really good engages, but people kept fucking it up. Like I fucked up that one in tier 2 where he was gonna bump everybody, and then I just knocked 2 of them in place, so he didn't get the spacing he needed from the Lucian. And then I didn't even see the engage in the jungle, the engage angle he had. I thought we were all disengaging, but I think he and Echo jumped over the wall. And I came in, but I was kind of late. Once Echo like stunned and killed 2 people, then I was like, oh, okay, we can go in. And then the last little bit, when Echo wasn't there, it was just really weird. Yeah, I mean, at the end, I don't know. It was awkward, but you know what? We got the win, so whatever. But anyways, okay. Well, that's going to be it. I hate to shut down the conversation, but y'all are welcome to come back tomorrow if you want. I'll be back around 11:30 or 12 whenever Jason gets off and gets ready. But other than that, thanks for coming out. It's great. Sorry I couldn't keep up with the whole conversation, but I'm glad y'all had a good conversation about it. Hopefully, Visigoth, I answered a couple of your questions. Oh, I missed that one. Used to hate Ezreal, but beat by... Ezreal is very hit or miss. It really depends a lot. He's probably the highest skill cap ADC to get like the maximum damage out of him. There's so many skill shots you have to hit. It's like, yes, he can be super safe, but if you're playing too safe, then you're not going to get any damage. You got to be able to get some auto attacks in there too. So yeah, Ezreal's just really hard to maximize. But if he's played really well, he can be good. I mean, he's great if you have a roaming support, right? If you're just taking care of business yourself. His wave clear is pretty bad though. That's the one thing. If you push him in, like, it's pretty difficult to clear waves. That opens you up to getting dove and being late to objectives and all that kind of stuff. But he's still pretty good in the right hands. But anyways, okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Oh, your schedule's random? Yeah, you're still doing the importer, exporter with fragrances. Are you running your own business? I forgot. Or are you, like, contracted out through somebody? But either way, hopefully we can see you again sometime soon. But I totally understand, having a crazy schedule. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be for the fall yet either. If I get anything for the fall, it's probably going to be 8 a.m. classes, but I might get to sleep in the afternoon. I've been chopping my sleep pretty much all summer. That's not necessarily great, but getting like 4 or 5 hours at night and then getting like a 3-4 hour nap in the afternoon, so I can stay up, play some games with Jason, and then get up, take the kids to school, and then sleep again in the afternoon. It always feels like I need an extra hour of sleep if I chop it. Like instead of 7 or 8, I really need 8 or 9 because it's just not the same quality of sleep, I think, if you chop. But moving to Maine. Wow. Why Maine? Is it just you just like the area, or you know somebody there, or work is drawing you up there? That seems like a pretty extreme vibe difference from South Carolina. I mean, I guess if you want to get away from the heat, or you just like kind of being, I don't know too much about Maine, but it's pretty like remote, right? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay, so you're used to it. Um, I thought you were from South Carolina. I thought you were always a South Carolina guy. You just went to school down there and just stayed down there since then, and now you're thinking of making a homeland trip. Oh, okay, gotcha. Like I said, I've never been there, but like Ohio was already pushing it. Southern Ohio, as far as like the cold and the snow and stuff like that, and it's not even that bad compared to most places. But yeah, Northeast, um, you know, gets a lot colder, a lot more snow, and I've heard Maine is a bit more remote. I guess it depends on where you are. I think it has one of the lower populations. Okay, but yeah, if you love the cold, you're in for it. I don't mind. Like my thing is driving on it. I hate driving on ice. Um, it's just. Oh, I've had some bad situations. Now I never got hurt, but I have slid off the interstate before on it. Fortunately, it was just like one of these like grassy medians, and we just kind of coasted, down in the middle of the median. And then we tried to call the nearest tow truck, and fortunately, they were available, and they just showed up within 30 minutes, pulled us out. Then I was like, well, we got to try to keep going home, and just tried to man up and just keep driving. And it was getting so bad, I just could not see or do anything. So I was like, there's just no way we can make it. And then we tried to book a hotel. I think they had literally closed the interstate because the conditions were so bad going into Cincinnati from somewhere between Lexington and Cincinnati. And so we just looked at like the nearest hotel before the closure, showed up, and they had one room left, and we got that room. It was wild. But that was really dumb. I just should not have done it. I just should have canceled class. I think it was a Sunday probably, and we were coming back from visiting relatives down in Tennessee, and I was like, I don't want to miss class. And he just canceled the class. That's my advice to everybody out there. Do not fuck with the weather. Basically, if shit's getting bad, respect it and just stop. Just don't do it. If there's a chance there's going to be some extreme weather, just respect it. I almost I got caught in like I'm sure I've shared this story before too, but I was like hiking. It's like at the top of the mountain. My wife had told me there's a flash flood warning. I was probably, I don't know, 25 or something, and I was like, oh, whatever, we're just gonna man up and go. Who cares? If it's raining a little bit, that'll just cool us off, because it's like hot summer day. Get up to the top of the mountain and just see lightning strike the next mountain over. It's like boom. I was like, oh shit. And then I never felt anything like this, but the temperature just felt like it dropped 10 or 15 degrees just on the spot. I was like, what is happening? I felt this really thick rain, I was like, oh man, this rain is like coming down. And I was like, oh, this is starting to feel a little different. This is hitting. And then I figured it was a hail. And it got progressively bigger and bigger hail. And I was like covering my head because it was kind of hurting a little bit. It wasn't like softball hail or anything, but it was probably like quarter hail. So it was just like, just started hailing everywhere, and it was raining. It was like half rain, half hail. It's like flash flood for sure. You know, we were like just trying to run down this mountain to get away from the top of the mountain in the lightning storm. And it was like just water washing around all my ankles. Like, oh God, I hope I don't slip and just fall off the mountain. That would also not be great. And so we're just like running as fast as we can to get down the mountain. I was like, fan out. I was like, let's go like 15 feet from each other just in case one of us gets struck by lightning. The other one won't get struck. And then we can maybe help the guy out who got struck. And so we fanned out. We were running down. Yeah, it was rough. So we survived. I'm here. But it was bad. All I was thinking is it was like a month earlier, or maybe a couple weeks. It was like in a short time frame earlier, and it was in my mind. Someone that I knew from, this girl I knew from like middle school and high school, there was a story about her in the paper, and she had died getting struck at the top of a mountain in sort of similar conditions. She was a big time hiker, and her fiance hiked with her. He proposed to her at the top of the mountain. This was his story. He proposed to her at the top of the mountain, and then lightning struck her. She died instantly, they said, and then he got blown back, like 5-10 feet, and he lived with, some minor to moderate medical damage. He was still able to, like, get down, get off, and, like, I think he tried to pick her up and take her down, too, but she was just dead on the spot, they said. And that's all it was thinking in my mind. I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to be the next this girl. Yeah, it's insane. I would pull up the story. I considered it, but it kind of doxes me. You know where I live, but some people may not in there, so I won't pull it up for the sake of information about me. But yeah, it was a true story. It was in the paper, and it was wild. I know it's rare, but that's what I was thinking about. I was like, shit, because I just saw lightning hit the mountain, and it was like crazy weather, and then it was, you could hear more of it and see flashes of it around, just thunder everywhere. It didn't hit anywhere on our mountain that I saw, but we're at the top of a giant mountain, and you could see all around from the top. It was a really cool view when it wasn't like all hell breaking loose. That was the same trip. I don't remember if I shared this. It started off, we saw a bear 3 times, or possibly 3 different bears, little black bears. We were like just walking along. It was my buddy from the restaurant, and we came up on this bear like first mile in, and it was so close. It was probably like 15-20 feet away. Like, it was really close, and it looked like we snuck up on it. It was like looking over its shoulder at us from a bush. I didn't even see it. My friend was like, hold on, stop, bear. And I was like, what? He's like, bear. And I was like, and I looked over, and it was like almost blended in with the bush. And then I was like, oh shit, what do we do? And it's like, it's not a grizzly bear, but it's a freaking bear. It was an adult. It was probably like, I don't know, black bears aren't grizzly bears, but it was probably like, I don't know, 200 or 300 pounds or something. It's pretty big. It's like twice as big as the biggest dog I'd ever seen. So yeah, I mean, it was a good size. So it was like, I don't know, maybe both of us, if it wanted to come at us, could take it. Yeah, but that's the thing. I knew that too. I'm like, black bears do not eat people. They're usually scared of people, and the protocol is you yell at them, and you try to seem intimidating, and they'll run away. People describe them as like dogs, like big dogs, basically. He might be more than 300. I don't know. They're compact, They're stout, and he was on all 4s. He didn't like raise up, so it was hard for me to get a sense of like how tall he is. But it was fairly big. I mean, it could have been an adolescent or something. Could have been a female bear. I don't know. It was not a massive bear, but it was, yeah, exactly. The mom is a problem. It was bigger than a cub. It was like as big as, again, like twice as big, like a 300-pound, wherever that is in the age range or whatever. it still F you up. Both of us were like, 150, 160. It probably weighed more than both of us combined. And so we just stood there, and then it eventually ran away. We kept going, and then we saw another bear, or possibly the same bear. It ran away. And then it was like maybe a quarter of a mile later, there's another bear. And it was like on the trail this time. And I was reaching down to grab this big stick, like that's going to do anything. And then it ran away once I started rattling the stick, trying to grab it and pick it up. And then we kept going, and then we saw on the side of the trail another bear kind of watching us from the brush. And then we just didn't turn our back on it. We just kept walking past it. I was like, we just got to get past this bear, man. We thought it was the same one. I don't know if it was or not. And then once we got some distance, it walked out on the trail and looked at us. And I was like, on 3, we're going to yell at it. Okay. And you're going to jump up and down and yell. And then we go 1, 2, 3. And we go, ah! And made a lot of noise and flailed, and it ran away. That was the last bear we saw. And then a little bit further up the trail, this is probably 5 miles one way, 5 miles back. A little bit further up the trail, maybe mile 2 or 3, we saw a sign near kind of a picnic area in there that said, warning, heavy bear activity in the area, proceed with caution. And we're just like, okay. We're already halfway done. That would have been a nice sign at the beginning of the trail. We may have picked a different one. But we just kept going. And then it was all good until we got to the top of the mountain. And then that's when all the hail... And we were running down the mountain. The craziest thing, too, is there was a deer that was just standing in the middle of the trail. And it's he didn't seem to mind the flash flood or the hail or the lightning or anything else. But it was intimidated by us. And then once we kind of got close, it just ran away. It was just very surreal. It's we're freaking out, running down, trying to get away from all this weather. And the deer is just chilling. No big deal. And then once we get within, 20 yards of it, it runs away. But we saw it from a pretty good distance, maybe 100 yards away. Yeah, I was just yeah, exactly. Deer did not give a fuck until we got close. But, I had a black bear roll up and sit by my fire for 15, 20 minutes one night. And just got up and left. I was like, cool, glad we could warm you up, bro. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if we have moose in the Smokies. There might be some. Boar are a problem. I've heard that's becoming increasingly. There's more boar and boar. I actually had a student write a paper about boar and conservation. There were a couple of students that wrote some really cool and interesting research papers on outdoor stuff, which is fun. But yeah, one of them wrote about boar, and one of them wrote about the importance of grizzlies specifically in this one river, in this one ecosystem. And I read it. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is some of the best research and best argumentation. And it wasn't AI. I could tell he wrote it. Now he probably, he may have had some AI help him get the research. I don't know. But it was respectable academic journals. I was like, dang. I was like, man, are you, and this is a high school student, dual enrollment. I was like, please tell me you're going into forestry or something. And he's like, yeah, we'll see, but I'd like to be something like that. I was like a park ranger. He's like, yeah, that'd be cool. I was like, this is the best, kind of outdoor topic essay I've ever read. And he was just like, thanks, man. I was like, damn. And you would not think this guy was, I've definitely learned teaching. You don't judge a book by its cover all the time. But he does not come off as a super academic type of guy. He's good old boy, wearing camo hats and, pretty quiet, just minding his business. He's got friends in the class, but you just think he's just another guy at the bait shop or something. But he's a really good writer and did great research. I was like, all right, man. Yeah, that's kind of where I've come down. This is my first year teaching AI last semester, and the college I was teaching at was really pushing us to use it and teach it and really show students how to use it well and why to avoid it otherwise. Because their theory is just not talking about it or like not using it, just trying to fully ban it is not really practical. Um, and students are going to have to learn how to like use it well for a lot of their jobs, right? Where it's not doing all the work for them, but they can use it to enhance and give them more productivity, give them an edge without dampening too much of their critical thinking, which is a fine line. But I think finding the research, what I've learned, nice. I mean, I dressed up. I looked like a hooligan. I just looked weird as hell, especially when I was a teenager. Did not give a shit. I had like really long hair, a long beard. I'd wear like leather jackets and ripped jeans and stuff. Hobo chic, unhoused chic, or whatever at the time. But I was one of those AP honors kids. Yeah, exactly. I think the best thing, I don't really like it doing writing. They had us like experiment with like let the AI write a response and then critique it and see like what you could use out of it or not. It's like maybe, or like have it help you organize. That's something that they were saying was probably okay. Like have it organize your thoughts or give you an outline. I'm like, I guess. I mean, where I come down is like it's better to do it all yourself if you're an expert. But when someone's very new to the field and they're not an expert, especially in a class like mine where it's open topic, where not everyone is reading the same stuff and writing the same stuff and using the same sources, then just like learning different organization strategies for different fields. Writing a business paper is a little bit different than writing a psychology paper type of thing. And that's very different than writing like a, dietitian paper or like a medical paper or something. So just seeing how they think about it, how they organize it can be good. But I think if you can, having some frustration, having some friction is good, because that's how you kind of learn who you are and the choices you want to make. But you sort of have to have the critical thinking and appreciation for that friction is a good thing sometimes, to just not get everything immediately and have it easy for you. Because that can really dampen your critical thinking. Because that's part of it, is like being able to start from scratch and just think, okay, how am I going to organize this? What's the most important thing to talk about? How do I transition from this and this? How do I keep a coherent argument? But they don't have a ton of practice with that. So it's like, that can be very frustrating for students, and they just want to give up. So being able to see what the AI is doing, especially if you ask it to give you choices, show me 3 different ways I could organize this. And then you can kind of see the different options and figure out how you want to build around it. Like that could be good. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's like you need the practice to get better, but you can also get frustrated and totally shut down or not know where to go if you don't have something like an AI guiding you. Again, it's like I can guide them to some extent. I do rough draft conferences. We talk in class about general principles of organization and structure and argument building. But for each specific argument and these different specific fields, it could look a little different. So I think the AI with the organization can be good, and finding research is great, because again, if you know the journals, if you know who's important, the ideas that are important, the key words, you can find research organically yourself with no problem. And I try to help them figure out how to do that. But the AI making some recommendations about at least places to start your research, like, hey, these are the 5 biggest articles, most influential articles that were published on this topic in the last 10 years. Just having it give you something like that as a starting place is huge. Especially, again, because we don't teach who those 5 big authors are in specific fields, because it's so open-ended. They can pick whatever topic they want. So, I became a hardcore skeptic of AI, and now I'm more of a, like, it's a useful tool, but you just have to be careful that it's not too useful, right? That you're still learning stuff. Because if you're just the AI when you get your degree, if all you can do is just use the AI or talk like an AI, it's going to be hard to get a job, unless it's a super high demand field, probably that does a lot of physical work that you're going to have to do more than the AI, right? Like nursing, doctor, a lot of things in healthcare. But anyways, because I think AI is just not going to be able to fully replace most physicians, nurses, because again, those are like really physical jobs, and you need to like see the information. They'll probably have AI help them. Maybe like if it's a tricky case, think about symptoms or find like journal articles or case studies or something that could help them figure out how they should diagnose something or how to treat it. But I think that's going to be very difficult to, because it involves just so much real world data interpretation and physical work. I think that'll be difficult to replace those. Yeah, and bouncing ideas off the AI, I think that's okay too. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I used AI when I was like preparing for my literature class. I was reading stuff in time periods I wasn't familiar with. I'd read some medieval and more Renaissance than medieval, but it was medieval and Renaissance. It's like, it's been a while since I've taught this. So, being able to go in and just say, like, give me the context about this author. What's their biography? What's, what was some of the political or cultural stuff that influenced them that they were writing about? And it just kind of helped me build out my understanding and my framework of the situation, and then I could go more and look at some of that stuff and figure it out. Like, oh, it was influenced by this other writer at the time, or oh, this random bishop had talked shit to them and they were responding in this poem or whatever. And also just how did other scholars think about that on a very basic level? Like, well, scholars today think these are the most important things, or this is really contested. Scholars disagree about this passage. This is one of the most contested passages. And I'll say, okay, that means it's probably one of the coolest passages to try to analyze, so let's give that a look. And so I'd look a little bit closer. So sometimes if it was a more challenging work, more technical work, like being able to read like an overall summary of the section, like what is this literally saying, if it's in like Middle English, and then going through and reading it myself so I can say, oh, okay, this is why they think this. But then also it's wrong sometimes. It'll say it was saying a certain thing in a passage, and I'm like, I don't think that's what it's saying. I think it's got that wrong. So it was very helpful in understanding the literature, appreciating it. Again, especially for that next level stuff that's like outside the text, the cultural, political stuff, the criticism by contemporary scholars. Yeah, I use Gemini too. I think Gemini is the best one. I got the best results. ChatGPT was trash, in my opinion. I also think it's the worst. One of my students said Anthropic, I think, Claude was what they liked. I didn't use that very much. I just started with GPT, figured out I didn't like it as much, and then I went to Gemini, and then Gemini just worked so well, I didn't really go much further. But yeah, that empowered me to just have better lesson plans and to feel confident teaching things that I hadn't personally read before. Because I was like, okay, it can help me speed read it more. Again, if I have that context, if I have a basic understanding of the plot and basic understanding of the characters, then when I pick up the book and like actually read the text, I kind of know where it's going. I know specific places to slow down and pay attention. It just kind of allows you to speed read it a lot faster and have a lot better comprehension if you've already had, part of it spoiled for you. And that helped out a lot. Again, especially some of these things, these older medieval works, like, it's such an alien time if you're not like an expert in that field to understand these concepts. And some of it is still heavily debated. Like, was this person brave or was this person arrogant? In these specific passages, or whatever. Is Beowulf really sexist, or was it liberating for women at the time? What were the standards at the time? Obviously, by today's standards, it's not going to be as egalitarian as we would think, right? Or as a lot of people would want. But was it pretty progressive for the time, right? The way that it was talking about some of these different queens. And that was stuff that a lot of students were really interested in. I mean, it was probably like 80% women in the class. But I always gave a bunch of different exam questions, like 5 different ones they could choose. And almost everybody chose. I would always give some sort of relationship type question. And they loved that shit. And it was fun to read about it. But like an example, they could pick several different books or poems to choose from, but it was basically like you're a parent, you're a medieval parent in the 1400s, and your daughter really loves or is like infatuated with this younger musician, I think I said, um, who is asking her to marry him. So he's a suitor, but there's also a guy that is a well-established, kind older merchant who also wants to marry him, but she just doesn't quite feel the same spark with him. She's asking you for advice. Do you think that she should marry the musician, marry the merchant, or stay single for longer? And I say that she's 18 or something like that, even though people got married younger than that a lot of times back then, just for modern sensibilities where it doesn't seem weird. I just say she's 18. And there's all these different answers. Some people say go for love, go for the musician. Other people say go for the money, go for the security. Women just don't have any security back then. One of them says you should wait longer, don't settle. And there's all kinds of passages in the literature that you could go totally different ways with it. Usually it was big age gaps were warned against, even though they were a reality back then. But it was also, and that's usually how you had wealth, unless it was like an aristocrat or something. It'd be someone who's 15 marrying a 30-year-old. But a lot of parents like that because then they could actually provide. They actually had money, they had a living, they could pay for kids. Because if you didn't have money, you just died, right? You just starved to death. You didn't have any food. There's no safety net or anything. But then people also warned against smooth talking hustlers, especially things like musicians, jugglers, entertainers. There's a lot of warning about all of those things, mostly from kind of religious sources, but even non-religious sources like Chaucer was, warning about. So like a lot of times they would cite the Miller's Tale, which is basically like this wife cheats on her husband, who's kind of a middle-aged merchant. It's a young wife, and she cheats with a musician who's like this scholar. And they basically just shit on this merchant the whole time. They have him do all these like stupid things, and then it's like kind of a comedy, but it's sort of like, kind of implies that she might be foolish for doing that to some extent. So it was interesting. And then in Lancelot, or in Le Morte d'Arthur, which is what all the Arthurian legends, or a lot of them, are based on. Lancelot really loves Guinevere, but Guinevere is married to Arthur, and it's this whole scandal where they're kind of having an affair behind Arthur's back, and it causes sort of the downfall of the kingdom. And it's like, well, that is their true love, but politically, she's supposed to be married to Arthur. She doesn't really love him that much, but that's sort of just, they did that politically. And her true love was Lancelot, but then that was just kind of like, it just wasn't the political thing to do. And so the fact that they loved each other and that they acted on that instead of following the cultural political standards, really question that. Do you go for true love? And Arthur tried to have her executed multiple times. Arthur was not always a great guy, and his people around there, is a lot more complex, and people often just get the shorthand Disney version of it. So it's like, this guy's willing to execute his wife over, some of this stuff. And so it's like, why would you want to root for him? But then you root for Lancelot, you're kind of rooting for this guy that was sneaking around having an affair with this other man's wife. And I don't know. It's like most great literature, it's gray. And then Romeo and Juliet's probably the most famous one, warning against going for true love and ignoring politics. But it was an interesting question. And I had a question like that for each of the 3 units, something about relationships or marriage, or like how would you navigate usually something related to true love versus cultural or political standards. And there's a wide array of responses. So I don't remember how I got started talking about that, but that was really fun to write those questions, to think about it, and then see their take. Oh, because I was talking about the AI helping me sort of analyze some of the different influences and what were the cultural standards for the time and things like that. Um, yeah, and it's relevant. There's always, I mean, it may not be the same type of thing, but there's still that question today. Do I go for this person that I love that's probably going to be problematic? We're going to have a more fiery romance, or do I go for someone else who's a safe pick that's more chill, but it's just not quite as exciting, right? It's a standard thing that tons and tons of people struggle with all the time. Is it settling to go for the more boring person? Is that just smart? Because, beauty fades, or, whatever, infatuation cools down eventually. So yeah, it's kind of an eternal question. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there's usually a relationship question. There was something about like supernatural, like monsters, myths, stuff like that, ghosts happening, various sort of religious things going on sometimes. Satan in Paradise Lost, different questions about him. It wasn't Lucifer. Yeah, it was Lucifer in Genesis B. There's just a lot of stuff like that. So religious / supernatural, ghost, otherworldly type questions. I think what else I had. Usually some kind of economics question. And beauty. Beauty's related to the relationships, but it was like its own thing a lot of times, where is beauty, do you trust beauty or not? Because that was something that you saw over and over again, is that beauty is dangerous. And that was part of like the church's like anti the world, anti-secularity, is that one of their big things is beauty is misleading and dangerous, and people do really dumb crap around beautiful women or beautiful men. It kind of F's with rationality. And to watch out. If something is very beautiful, it's very dangerous. And that was kind of the question. But then people wanted the beauty. They aspired to beauty. And often that was like intertangled with wealth too, where wealth could be really powerful, but it was also very dangerous in some ways. So it was really interesting how some of the sort of secular writers over time tried to challenge and yet also agree somewhat with some of the church stand, and then even how some of the religious people evolved and changed that over time. I thought that was pretty fascinating. So those are the kind of questions that I got. As you get older, boring is good and peaceful. I think that's how a lot of people are. They say that the fire and the passion is a younger person's game, but I can respect it. I can still see the fire and passion, but a big part of that is you've had the novelty is gone. Like you've had those kinds of experiences a lot before. Or you've seen the other side of that coin. Either you've been burned or other people have been burned, being too ambitious or too caught up in whatever it is, too caught up in the moment. Yeah, I never trusted, and I never was super specific. I mean, usually I would go through and double check it, at least with Wikipedia, and then if if it was mentioning primary sources, I would actually go to the primary source. Hey, it's talking about this passage in this text. I'm gonna actually go read that passage in that text. But for just like the historical stuff, I usually just double checked it with Wikipedia. And if Wikipedia and the AI are saying about the same thing, I was like, okay, that's good enough. Like, if it was something that was contested, I would say it's contested. I would say, well, there's these different positions. And I would always word the questions in such a way where I wasn't trying to pigeonhole it into giving me a specific response. I would say, like, what are the most important variables around this time period for this cultural thing? I wouldn't say just tell me something specific. I'd say like give me a list of stuff so I could better understand the context and figure out what I thought was most interesting. Or definitely if they mention something in the text, like they use some word or they reference some place, then I would go look up and see why that's important. Everything is a power vacuum, more or less. Humanity is also fairly greedy. That's true. I mean, I think people in general are very, risk reward, but especially men will err on the side of risk. Like you're rewarded for taking risks a lot of times. Now, a lot of men fail, But I think just, and a lot of this kind of gets into ideas of genetics too, right? Like a lot of the men who have survived are people who their genes have survived, or people who took risks and, you know, did stuff. If you play it super safe, you know, it's hard to accumulate a lot of wealth or power or influence. And I mean, that can work some, but, you know, a lot of women throughout history, like they, you know, they want people who take more risks. It depends, but it is interesting how that's sort of selected for in a Darwinian sense, that it's selected for men with more risk a lot of times. Beauty and certain traits are selected for, like people like those traits. So like things like men who were like a certain level of sexuality or libido kind of became the standard because those are the people that were getting to reproduce, right? The people who are very asexual, like not interested in sex, didn't reproduce as much. Now, obviously, it's not as common as just one gene, so there's still asexual people today. But just like over a grand population, it's really, you know, kind of crazy to think about. We are all different strategies for interacting with the world that kind of have brought us through millions of years, that have kind of brought us to where we are, right? Where there's still changes, there's still different strategies, but if you look at a lot of the normalization, and again, there is still a lot of variance, but it is interesting to think that a lot of, at least the blueprint, is, you know, built up over this long range in time. And beauty is so powerful because beauty, not always, but especially that kind of natural beauty before there was a ton of makeup and stuff like that, just like symmetry in the face and different things reflected, you know, good genes or good nutrition or whatever. Again, not always, but often. And people liked that because they're like, hey, you know, my kids have a better chance of surviving, or maybe they'll be more beautiful and more powerful or whatever. They weren't thinking in those terms, but I think just biologically, there are just certain cues we don't even think about that we pick up on. That's one theory. Obviously, there are others, but that's just an interesting thing to consider, where it's like, that's why beauty is powerful a lot of times. Some of it's culturally related that people say, but I think some of it is really ingrained genetically, where it's like, these are different markers of good genes or fertility or whatever. Again, in like straight couples, when you get into LGBTQ, everyone's trying to figure that out. That's very different. But that's one leading theory behind why beauty is just so innately powerful. And yes, beauty is kind of in the eye of the beholder, right? But there are certain traits that are like very, not universal, but like very popular, especially in different cultures. Yeah, exactly. And just what control and power meant has been very different. I mean, one thing that we're seeing now that's interesting is why obesity is so problematic is a lot of people were, you know, selected over time because you, in certain, you know, geographies or climates or situations, for being able to store like fat and hold on to it, because that was valuable. Because food was hard to come by, people would starve a lot, so your body really evolved to keep food in a lot of places. And so that was your number one thing, is don't starve. So being able to hold on to food, be super efficient, and store fat really well was a big time survival mechanism. That was very useful. But now that there's an abundance of food almost everywhere, especially highly palatable food that people just want to keep eating, then that's why a lot of people, you know, kind of tilt towards gaining weight and moving into obesity, is because the same traits that were a great strategy 400 years ago and for most of human history are challenging now, right? It could be something that's not good if you like to eat all the time and your body just holds on to it and it's hard to get rid of it. So I think that's fascinating that that's changed. And I don't know as much about cancer, but I feel like there's, so I'm kind of getting out of my element here, but I feel like there's certain things like cancer that wasn't as much of a problem back in the day because people just died from natural causes or other things before cancer became a problem, right? Or Alzheimer's or dementia, or all this stuff. Not a big deal if you're dying in your 30s or 40s for a lot of people. But now that people are living longer, certain things that might give you an advantage in your youth, right? If your cells replicate faster so you can heal or whatever, again, I don't know exactly. But if there were some things that gave you an advantage early in life but increased your risk for cancer later in life, those were selected for previously because you needed those advantages early. And now in a lot of industrialized society, you may not need that kind of advantage anymore, whatever it was giving you early on, because it's a lot easier to survive, but you're still stuck with that trade-off later of higher risk for cancer in certain things. So some of it's environmental, all the junk food, all the toxins in the environment, definitely contributing to more cancer. But I think there's definitely some aspects of it, at least of some cancers, where there was a trade-off. Your body was, very good at doing something early to help you survive, but the trade-off is later in life, that same thing that was a benefit, now becomes a problem because it's contributing to cancer risk, something like that. I read that somewhere. I don't remember, and I don't remember all the details of it. But I always thought that was fascinating, that there's a trade-off, and that things that were once, like, very good or useful for people living in different situations can now actually be problematic or a deficit in our modern world. And technology and life and just everything is changing so fast, our bodies can't naturally keep up with that through kind of traditional evolution mechanisms. So we just kind of have to try to evolve ourselves through medicine and technology and things like that. But anyways, okay, well, that's it. I had a really good time chatting with you guys tonight. Ended up talking for an extra 30, 40 minutes there. I think, the body is very resilient. Just how much punishment we can put it through, especially when we're younger. How much we can get away with. Although it's oddly frail in some sense too. Like, it just depends. But I think overall it's pretty resilient. But if you just get hit a certain way or you just have a certain kind of problem, I mean, that's definitely a big contributing factor. Now is like obesity is just people sitting on their ass more than they used to. That's a thing. I think that's a thing. I think that some of it's genetic, but at the same time, some of it's we're moving less. I think so much of it is the food, though, too. Like, we have just been trained to just constantly eat stuff. I mean, you know this, right? Obviously, you know way more than I'll ever know about it. But I think just with all the food engineering and just trying to make it taste as good and make it as addictive as you possibly can, and that usually means packing as many calories as you can into something, to make it hyper palatable, where you're eating a ton of calories and you're not getting full. You want to eat more calories with the fast food, restaurant food, all this stuff. I think that's, and like, that kills your taste buds too. Constantly having all this sugar and salt and everything makes it really hard to eat broccoli. I'm experiencing this challenge with my kids where it's like we try to get them to eat broccoli or spinach, and it just doesn't taste as good as a Hershey's bar. So it's a tough sell. I mean, you can like hardline it, right? You can say, no, you do this, right? Like, you can only give them broccoli. And sometimes we do that. I try to keep the sweets limited in the house, which is difficult when the grandparents are constantly, bringing in junk food. And I let them have occasional junk food, but it's just hard for a lot of modern people. You have to have so much self-control and knowledge to just put down the Twinkie and start eating some avocados, And it's like, yes, it sounds so easy, but it's so difficult to do. Especially when you're trained your whole life, when people are just fed, Chick-fil-A and chocolate cake throughout everything, right? In schools, at home, all this stuff. It's just really hard to get out of that and turn it around. And now there's GLP-1s. I think that just eating healthier and exercising is ultimately going to be better than a GLP-1, but the GLP-1 is definitely better than obesity in most cases. But yeah, I can't eat it as much. I can't eat the processed food. The one thing I can still eat It's not great as pizza that I like, but like, you know, burgers and just like deep fried chicken and stuff like that. I just cannot eat very much of that. I just feel like shit. Like when the grandparents come in and you know, they'll bring over some Chick-fil-A or something, and I'll eat a little bit just because I don't want to be rude, and it is addicting. It's still really good. I'm like, man, these nuggets are pretty good. But then if I eat like more than just a couple, I just feel like shit later. I'm like, what happened? Like I feel more hungover than if I drink. Yeah, exactly. When you get off that stuff for a little bit, I mean, I'm not even perfect. I still will get a Starbucks every now and then, like just a Frappuccino if I'm like, you know, driving somewhere and I just need a little caffeine. But man, it's like it just hits you, and if you haven't had it for a little bit, all that sugar, it's like your brain just kind of tingles, and it's like, ugh. I mean, I'm kind of like juiced up, but I'm not feeling good about it. Yeah, the grease is tough. I'll do the little napkin dab on pizzas and stuff. It's just like crazy how much grease you can get off of it. I try to at least do like the flatbread pizzas instead of like the full deep crust stuff. Just like the little thin crust, flat crust. Trying to minimize the damage a little bit, but yeah. So it's tough. There's a lot of stuff. The problem is there's so much profitability, and a lot of that profitability comes at the expense of people's health, mental well-being, all that kind of stuff. So the food is a problem, but we also have all the junk food for your minds too, right? With the screens, with all the short form video, brain rot stuff, and just all the vitriol, the social media, you know, the political wars, and all this stuff, just trying to make people feel bad, distract them, so they're not doing whatever they need to do, or they're not like actively learning something new, just keeping them constantly afraid or pissed off. Yeah, it's all just bad. It's the same thing. It's the same mechanics, whether it's food, whether it's media, but there is more recognition for it now, and there is a bit of a pushback against some things. And I don't think all media is bad. I think sitting here having this conversation on a YouTube video, I think that can be good if you're learning stuff. You know, watching a documentary, watching, you know, insightful, thoughtful content creators that are, you know, enlightening you about something. I think that's great if you can break out of it. But again, the kids that are growing up with all the fast TikTok brain rot stuff and, you know, the culture war stuff, I think it's difficult to break out because they're just so used to it. And just hearing a well-informed, well-articulated argument that lasts longer than 30 seconds is difficult to focus, right? It's just like trying to eat your spinach instead of just eating chocolate cake. It's not as palatable. It's going to come off as boring. So people just have to have the willpower and they have to want it. But yeah. Okay, I got to get out of here though. Well, thank y'all very much for tuning in. I appreciate it, especially sticking around, even though I haven't played a game in like 45 minutes or something. Maybe an hour, I don't know. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. I should be back tomorrow around 11:30 or 12, but I do have to get out of here. I do have to take the kids in the morning, but I do eventually have to get up and get some stuff done. But thanks for coming out, and I'll be back tomorrow. Great conversation, Mal, Tuxedo, Butter, everybody else, Remix, everyone else who was able to make it out. That's it. Thanks. Have a good day.